everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Georgia and I'm mainly reviewing fragrances for men and women. Today I'm going to talk about the fragrance that it was actually a request, and I actually had it in my collection for a while. I just didn't get the time and the space and the right moment to review it, and I think now is the right moment to review it. And there it is, Lulu by Cacharel, eau de parfum for women. This is how the bottle looks like. I do have here a 50 ml or 1.7 fluid ounce of fragrance. The original bottle, I'm going to insert a couple of pictures, was created by Annegret Bayer. Interesting bottle in my opinion for that particular period of time. Very futuristic. But let's talk about this fragrance, right? It is considered an oriental floral fragrance for women, introduced in 1987. And among the notes we have, in the top, we have plum, Chinese cinnamon wood, iris, violet, lily, anise, jasmine, mimosa, and cassia. In the middle, we have ylang ylang, heliotrope, orris root, orange blossom, and Tahitian tiar flower. And in the base we have incense, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, and musk. The nose behind this fragrance is Jean Guichard. But let's see how this smells like, right? Just by smelling the cap, I remember back in the days when I was a kid, there were some really old powders and old lipsticks lying around in my house, and I used to sniff them, and that's how this reminds me of those, foundation powders and the really bright red that lasted days on your on your lips if you applied it. But that's how it used to smell. So it has like a vintage vibe, but not an old lady scent like, a lot of people I hear. And I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's a little bit too harsh. It's not going that direction anyways. So it has a vintage vibe to it, this particular fragrance. It is a blend between, it's like a powdery with woody notes, with vanilla, and with strong florals. But to me, I'm getting the tuberose scent. Probably the mix between the florals in the fragrance, between the jasmine, between the heliotrope, between the violet, and so on. So it does give me this tuberose scent, an incensey tuberose vanilla woody scent. It's a very interesting blend. It's a strong fragrance, but it's not overly strong, to me at least. Maybe it used to be strong back in the days, but nowadays not so much. So it does give me this vintage vibe to it, like I said before. Now, if you are into vintage things, you would probably like this fragrance a lot. It would be probably on, you will be in love with it. However, it's not a fragrance for everybody, and it is a fragrance that I would definitely not wear in the summertime. This is more like a cold weather fragrance, mainly for fall, late fall, and winter time. So I would go for this fragrance in the fall and the winter. It is a very distinctive fragrance. It is a mature fragrance, not an older lady scent like I said. No. It is a mature fragrance. It brings me to the 20s and the 30s postcards era. Those ladies in the postcards. I'm going to insert a couple of pictures. You know what I'm talking about. That's the vibe that this fragrance is giving me. It is an interesting fragrance, and I would not compare it, or in any case, it's nothing like Black Orchid. So don't even go there. Black Orchid is a totally different vibe. This is a vintagey, sexy vibe of a fragrance, interesting vibe, sophisticated vintage vibe. This is what I say. My opinion about this fragrance. Um, Overall, it's a somewhat strong scent with vintage vibes. This is what I have to say about this fragrance. Would I recommend it? Yes, if you want to have something different in your collection and you do like vintage things. If you chase vintage furniture, vintage books, yes, totally a plus for you. If you don't, stay away from it. Don't think that if you have it, it's like Black Orchid, because it's not. It's a totally different vibe. This was Lulu by Cacharel. My name is Georgia. Thank you so very much for watching, and see you in my next video.